Good evening, guests and fellow Toastmasters. A warm welcome to today's meeting of the Toastmasters Club of Lucknow. I am Toastmaster Chitija, your surrogate at arms for the evening. The meeting will run for 2 hours from 4 to 6 p.m. You are expected to stay for the entire duration. Let me begin by stating the mission of our club to provide a conductive, supportive, and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication skills and leadership skills, resulting in greater self confidence and personal growth. Before we begin, a few guidelines. Please keep your microphone muted when you are not speaking. Unmute only when asked by the Toastmaster of the day or the table topics master. Please avoid any public chat conversation while someone is speaking as it may distract them. To volunteer during table topics, simply raise your hand. Also, watch out for the green, yellow, and red timer cards on the screen. At, at the end of every segment, please cast your ballot when the polls appear. I also request everyone to refrain from any derogatory remarks on religion, politics, or any sensitive topics. As a club, we believe in diversity and inclusion. Let us keep this space respectful and welcoming for all. Now, it's my pleasure to invite our presiding officer for today's meeting, Toastmaster Suraj, hails from Vaishali, Bihar. The world's first democracy. He graduated in history. He is a man who loves both reading and listening to books. Please join me in welcoming Toastmaster Suraj.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Chitija, for a warm welcome and introduction. Hi, everyone. I wish you all a very wonderful good evening and welcome all of you into our Toastmaster Club of Lucknow's online meeting. Today, we are going to have again a kind of meeting where we will be facing so many impromptu situations, and we all are going to be a speaker today, and we will also get some opportunities to evaluate each other's speech. Before we start, I can see that there are not so many guests, but we have one guest, Mr. Shakib, joining us from Jaipur. So I'll just request him to give us a brief introduction so that we all can be more aware about you, and then we'll move further. Mr. Shakib, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes. Could you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, myself Sakib. Basically, I belong to Uttarakhand. Just now, I am living in Jaipur. I am working as a in one of the corporate here. I work as a mechanical designer in Jaipur. So I living in Jaipur right now. So I joined your Lucknow Tourmaster Club just to improve my communication skills. I just got a link from the Instagram. Yeah, that's all.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining us. And I hope that you will enjoy the entire session. And I hope that you will stay till the end of the meeting. So, without any delay, since I just want to ensure that we all are clear about the mode of the meeting, not mode and the flow of the meeting. Here, we have a Toastmaster, table topic master, Toastmaster Manvi, and then we have a second table topics master I'll be initiating and doing the session. And we all have to be a speaker since we are in a very limited number, and then we all can be evaluated as well. So this is the way we are going to have this meeting. And with that, I'll request our very first table topics master, Toastmaster Manvi, to take the stage and let's go for the meeting.
Thank you so much, presiding officer. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear friends. Even though I can see only two people on camera, if possible, I'll request others to be on camera as well. So today the flow will be a little different. wherein we'll have all of you as the table topic speakers, and all of you as evaluators as well. How we'll be going ahead with it will be every table topic speaker will get 1 to 2 minutes to speak. Green card will be shown at 1 minute. Yellow card will be shown at 1 minute 30 seconds, and the red card will be shown at 2 minutes. The timer will keep on sharing the red card until unless you stop speaking. To be qualified for the table topic polls, I'll request you to please keep your speech within 1 minute till 2 minutes and 30 seconds time frame. More than 2 minutes 30 seconds and less than 1 minute will lead to disqualification. Now the twist in today's session is once you are done with with your table topics, you will have another role wherein we'll request you to evaluate the next speaker in line. That means, if for example, Toastmaster Smriti was the first speaker, she'll be evaluating the second speaker who will be coming after her. In the same format, we'll go ahead with all the people who are there in the meeting today because we have very less number, but we'll keep engaging and we'll try to make it interactive as. I hope the flow is clear. Okay. Now, coming to the first speaker, who would like to take the first topic? Okay. Smriti, would you like to go ahead?
Sure.
Okay. Toastmaster Smriti, which app deserves an Oscar for wasting your time? Which app deserves an Oscar for wasting your time? Toastmaster Smriti.
Year 2018, when for the very first I decided not to indulge in any kind of app. Now I'm presenting app as any form of social chatting in our surrounding. At that point of time, this was my phone and I disconnected every possible app which was present in this particular device, except one app that is called LinkedIn. Now, you might be thinking that Smriti, what a genius brain. Such a beautiful mind. You decided to keep one app which is helping you to engage with people, network professionally, build your professional circle, and whatnot. But unfortunately, I got a reality check in 2020 during lockdown that it is not the genius app or the genius mind. Indulgence is always painful and it leads to misery. If I have nothing to do, I'll randomly open LinkedIn and keep on swiping as if I'm opening Instagram and poking onto someone's life. I was so much involved in getting to know who is who switched which particular job in which particular year. I was so involved to even understand, okay, this individual got promotion because of this particular skill set. That was real stalking professionally. I was involved in my cousin's life, in my peer's life, of course, in my ex's life on LinkedIn. That's the height of intensity of indulgence. So, if I could, in this particular year of 2026, delete one particular app because of indulgence, only pure because of indulgence, it's everything which includes LinkedIn as well. Now, here's the irony of life anything which is too much is really too much. So let's not blame about the app. Let's not blame about the time zone. Hey, it was lockdown. Hey, it was recession. Hey, it was that phase of my life. Let's take the ownership and accountability to bring balance. Because it's not app which is responsible. It is us. Our decision to involve in particular activity that's responsible. So what are you waiting for? Some bloody app to come and ruin your time and mind? Let's not do that. Thank you so much. Back to you, Toastmaster Manvi.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Smriti. While you were sharing about the app, that is LinkedIn, I personally was able to relate with it a lot because I even am involved in almost everyone's life through LinkedIn only. Thank you so much for doing that. Now, since we had the table topic evaluator, I would like to call upon stage Toastmaster Harsh to evaluate Toastmaster Smriti's.
I think there was table topic evaluator, I guess. But nevertheless, uh, starting with my evaluation, Toastmaster Smruti, kudos to you. Like whenever I listen to her speeches, it felt like she is delivering a prepared speech. Whether in terms of whether she participates in a table topic speech or in any role, she has a habit to bring something new in every speeches or every role she plays. But what I felt the moment I listened the topic, I thought she would be like speaking about Snapchat, Instagram, or something like that. But she talked about LinkedIn. So that was the twist that I felt. What are the things that I felt could be improved is a small factor of humor or some interesting fact that can bring a smile on everyone's face. Though the content was amazing, the twist was there, but like a pinch of humor, if could be added, that could be an amazing. This speech could become a fabulous speech. That's all from my side. Over to you, Toastmaster Kamal.
Toastmaster Hers for giving a brief evaluation for Toastmaster Smriti. Who would like to go next? On guys, I'll anyways will be picking everyone, so maybe you can nominate, else I'll be taking your names. Toastmaster Suraj, thank you so much. Toastmaster Suraj, if your wallet could complain, what would it say to you? If your wallet could complain, what would it say to you, Toastmaster Suraj? And Toastmaster Smriti, you will be evaluating him.
Why don't you keep me with yourself always? Just I want one answer. And maybe I just want to spend less when I'm outside. No, but that's not fair. Like you go every time in the market and you have to buy. What if your phone gets switched off, or what if sometimes UPI doesn't work? Don't you think that you should carry me at least with yourself whenever you are out? Well, I will have to think about that. But still, I just don't want to spend cash. That's why I just don't keep you with myself. So such kind of conversation would have been happening if the wallet has asked that why don't like if it had one complaint to laws against me. And to be frank, let me tell you, till date, I haven't bought even a single wallet for myself. Every time, let me, and the another funny thing is that again, kudos to UPI, kudos to the NCPI who has brought such a technology for every Indian to use that has again almost omitted the need of wallet. But it's still like there we have so many cards and so many like photos, right? So many people are there who love to keep different personalities, like someone's parents, someone's girlfriend, someone's wife. They just want to keep their photo in the wallet. But again, that also show that again wallet had also been asking me that don't you think that you should keep someone's photo in me, and then in that way you should carry with me, that would have helped you like in so many situations, that would have made you to remind someone. And then that is something that again I do have the answer, because I don't think that I do have again I don't have like someone whom I can keep whom photo I can keep in the wallet, because I do have like parents. I always have their picture in my room, and then in that way the wallet would have made me agree to that complaint. But again, I think that for payments and the cards, I don't think that I should have a wallet always. Back to my Toastmaster, table topics master.
Thank you so much, Master Suraj, for sharing that you do not keep your wallet with you and you do not even have a wallet with you. Thank you so much. Now, I would like to call upon stage Master Smriti for your evaluation. Master Smriti, the stage is all yours.
Well, Toastmaster Suraj, a beautiful table topic is when you answer to the question in a very first statement because you engage your audience completely. So that worked well, that you had an answer that this is what my wallet will say to me. But I'll if I can recommend something quite strongly is that is called packaging of the table topic presentation. Now, what exactly is the packaging? Initially, you had such a beautiful conversation with the wallet that to and fro questions and answers are happening, but it took me some time to understand. Oh, that's a conversation. Reason being, where exactly you are looking, in what tone you are talking, what are you addressing to us, or are you addressing to the wallet with some kind of aggression or some kind of conversation is happening. So it is important to package as well. And the moment you package the table topic, message comes clear. Think on those lines. Hope that will help you. Toastmaster Manvi, over to you.
Thank you so much, Master Smriti, for that beautiful evaluation. Now, for the next speech, can we have Toastmaster Shruti on stage?
Yeah, I'm here.
Are you ready for the table topic?
Yeah.
Toastmaster Suraj, you will be evaluating Toastmaster Shruti.
Yeah, sure.
Toastmaster Shruti, share a memory that still makes you smile instantly. Share a memory that still makes you smile instantly. Toastmaster Shruti.
Memory that makes me feel smile. So many memories. But one thing that is very close to my heart, one memory from my high school. Mm, so I got sick badly in my high school, and I was not going to school from a very long time. And then whenever I reached at school, my teacher thought that I am I was not sick. I'm just pretending. So he called my father and he said, she was really sick, or she's mm, just like didn't wanted to come to the school. So my father says he was really sick. And I don't know why he was thinking that I am someone who don't care about anything about my studies, and he was my mathematics teacher. So he was I was too aggressive at that moment. So whenever he used to scold me, I always give him the answer. And I found it like he found it kind of disrespectful. And my intention was not that. I just wanted to prove myself that I'm correct. I'm not telling anything. I'm not lying in front of you. So he was too much into like, you're not doing, you must be a girl who is not taking care of your studies. So he used to extra scolded all the time and kind of humiliation in the classroom. He always focuses on me, and sometime he used to mock me entire classroom in front of every people. But suddenly when the results came out and he said one roll number 15, he has highest marks in mathematics. Who is that? So I stand up in front of him, and he was just quite shocked, look at me, and like he was like unpredictable. So this is the best memory. Even when I was feel low, I used to remember that to encourage myself, because at that moment I was like, even after humiliation, I have to prove someone wrong. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Master Shutija, for sharing how you actually proved someone wrong, especially in the high school. Can we have Toastmaster Suraj for Shutija's evaluation?
Yes, Toastmaster Shilja's speech. Well, we had a great moral lesson from this story that in her entire story just told us that we have a very positive result of silence and patience, right? Regardless of any humiliation or any kind of negativities someone is trying to inflict upon any individual. So again, we had a great take-home message. Second, since the story could have been delivered in a very impactful way, so that every audience could have that motivation, like such a story can really fuel a fire in anyone. And to deliver in that way, I think Toastmaster Shirija would have used varieties of uh, vocal varieties, right, and different pitch, right, so that it would have been an amazing speech, I would say. And that's all from my end. Overall, great story. I would say it's really a great personal anecdote.
Toastmaster Suraj for beautiful evaluation and motivating Shutija as well. Now, can we have Toastmaster Asancho on stage for the next topic? Toastmaster Asancho, are you there?
Yes, Toastmaster Manvi, I'm there.
Yeah. Toastmaster Asancho, would you rather always be 30 minutes early or 30 minutes late? Would you rather always be 30 minutes early or 30 minutes late? Toastmaster Asancho.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Manvi. So, whether I want to be 30 minutes early or 30 minutes late is a question that for sure I need to think about, but at least how I see it, time runs in a different manner for me. So at least that is what my experience has been when it comes to dealing with time or making sure I'm time. At least with time, I realize if there is something, incorporate, we refer something as P0, something that is very important or priority number one. So I have figured out that when it comes to some things that are like P0, I am able to make time and I'm able to be there, if not 30, but at least 15 minutes prior to what where I'm expected to be. But something if that lands in somewhere P1, P2, P3, at times I am in a position wherein maybe I am reaching at time or 15 minutes or 30 minutes later on time. So it's entirely with time, at least I realize it's not something that I try to do or I am late or early intentionally. It's entirely on the basis of my subconscious and how my subconscious prioritizes things. And that is what at times I feel leads. And that is the reason I am falling short or being there on time in different situations or different scenarios. That's all from my side. Back to you, Toastmaster Madhvi.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sanken. For the very first time, I saw that you didn't even cross the yellow signal. Thank you so much for doing that. Coming to the next. Okay, so before I go to the next speaker, I'll request Toastmaster Kshitija to please evaluate Toastmasters.
His story was really good and interesting. Unfortunately, I had bad network that I couldn't hear properly, but the pitch was feel like so calm and composed. Uh, Overall, it's good.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kshitija. Now, I can see Toastmaster Harsh. Would you like to take the next topic? Okay.
Yes,
Toastmaster Sanke, we'll request you to please evaluate Toastmaster Harsh after his speech. Toastmaster Harsh. Would you rather lose your phone for a week or your voice for a day? Would you rather lose your phone for a week or your voice for a day? Harsh.
I would love to close my voice for a day because I believe we, not only in Toastmasters, but in our daily life, we humans have a habit to speak. We like each and everyone wants to speak, no matter what they have any topic or not. But we want to speak. But no one wants to listen. That's the problem. And if I am talking about the humans, I am the first human who don't have a habit to listen. If I talk about me, like I always want to speak, no matter what. If I have a topic, if I like, uh, if I am talking about something meaningful or not, is it making any sense or not? These all factors doesn't matter to me. I only want to speak. And whenever someone asks me to, like, Harsh, please listen to me. What am I trying to speak? I said, no, because like I'm the one to speak now. So you could or you can listen. And that these scenes create a type of conflict. These incidents has hampered, or you can say have negatively impacted in my personal life. Because if I talk about it further, after like studying almost 12 years in a single school, I wasn't able to make many friends. I was able to make only 3 friends to whom like I am not able to connect. I don't have any connection with them. So, like to conclude my topic, I want to say that each and every individual has a like wants to speak, but no one wants to listen. So be an individual who wants to listen so that he or she can speak in a meaningful manner. That's all from my side. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Harsh, for that detailed topic wherein you would love to speak instead of losing your voice. Can I request Master Smriti for evaluating this Master Harsh? Smriti, the stage is all yours.
Sure. Well, Toastmaster Harsh, it's a very good way of approaching a topic with an experience, then stating the reason that how this experience happened and adding a why to it. That why am I sharing this? So you had your answer that I would like to lose my phone because of this particular reason. Then you had a story to back it up. Till that time, we were good. In the momentum, we lost the question that, and we completely parked the mobile phone aspect separately. We talked all about our voices and opinion. How about we should not lose on the topic aspect itself? Though we have a very keen call to action for our audience that everybody and every individual should stay connected and speak up. But what about the mobile aspect? Are you saying no, how to speak up? Using mobile, with mobile, or without mobile? Don't lose on the topic aspect, bring it back, and we can do a solid delivery on the overall aspect. So while you are speaking, always keep in your mind what was the key element in my topic, and try to bring all the aspect in your speech so that it will look like a wholesome delivery. But good job in delivering the emotions. Back to you, Toastmaster Manvi.
Thank you so much, Master Smriti, for that detailed evaluation. With this, we completed the first round of label talk. For the second round, my partner in crime would be Toastmaster Suraj, who will be taking over as the table topic master now. Toastmaster Suraj, the stage is all yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Manvi, for conducting the very first round of table topic session. And I would request everyone to give a round of applause for that. And since she has been the table topic master for the first round, I will request her to be the speaker for the very first speaker for the second round, as she was being the topics master. Before I move ahead, let me explain the theme or kind of you know the topics we will be having. So the topic will be in a question form, and you speak on a topic or that particular question, or you can ask the question and then speak upon that. So you have both the option. In major topics, you can have your own answer and then you can speak upon that. I will try to give you some amazing questions which you might have never imagined, and then let's go ahead. So for that, again, we have already our very first speaker, Toastmaster Manvi, and for that, I would request Toastmaster Harsh to evaluate her speech. Toastmaster Harsh, are you there?
Yes,
Toastmaster
Toastmaster Suraj, I am here.
Suraj,
Yes,
before you
Toastmaster.
give me a topic, your voice is breaking in between.
Okay, is that clear now?
Yes, better.
Okay, sorry, I think. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, thank you so much, Toastmaster Smriti. So who will be like? Okay. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Manvi.
Yes, I'm there.
If you had an opportunity to rule one country in the world, which country you would have chosen? If you had an opportunity to rule one country, which country you would have chosen? Toastmaster Manvi. Toastmaster Manvi, you are on mute. Is the topic clear?
Yes. I request you to once repeat the topic.
Sure. If you had an opportunity to rule one country in the world, which country you would have chosen? If you had an opportunity to rule one country, which country you would have chosen? Toastmaster Manvi.
The country I love the most, the country I usually visit almost daily, and the country where I was born and brought up. I would love to choose my own country to rule this specific time when I get the opportunity. The reason being very simple. I know how people are here. I know how and what locations I can visit to. And I even know the strengths and weaknesses of my country. Even though I would have chosen any other country, but that would have been a very difficult task. Wherein, if before ruling, I'll have to know who people are, what their cultures are, how they actually go on with their life on day-to-day basis. But in my own country, that is India, somewhere or the other, I know max of how people are. Know the audience is something that is the very first point, and I already know them. Hence, if I have to rule, I'll say I'll not even rule, but I would love to connect with people, know what they want. I know that almost every politician say, but somewhere or the other, what these politicians or anyone in the who is at a leadership position fail to connect with is how they want to make them feel even when they win that specific geography or that specific location. Because till the time of winning, there are many people who promise, I'll do this, I'll do that, but after being there at a position, they usually do what they feel is right without even looking at people who are there under them. So, Toastmaster Suraj, I would love to choose my own country to rule and not just to rule, but to connect with different cultures, with different people, with different geographies, to know their expectations and what they are suffering from, so that whatever I can do, I can at least make their lives a little bit easier than what it was before I was on the position. Which country would you choose to rule if you get that opportunity, Toastmaster Suraj? The stage is all yours.
Well, Toastmaster, everyone wants to rule the powerful country, and I would have chosen USA to rule. Okay, so thank you so much, Toastmaster Manvi. I request Toastmaster Harsh to evaluate Toastmaster
First of
Manvi's
all,
speech.
kudos to you, Toastmaster Manvi, the way you delivered this table topic speech. And it took almost 30 to 45 seconds. And you haven't used, like, mentioned the name of the country, India. after almost 45 seconds, you've taken the name that it's the India. So, like to keep this suspense part, that which country is this, you have done a great job. But I personally felt that you have a habit to choose the easy route because like it is easy. Everyone like could guess that the country is India, and like if I believe in almost 8 members, 7 members who are joining the meeting, they must have like mentioned the name of the country, that is India only. So I was expecting something new, something like holding our ears not in the easiest way, but in the difficult way, something unique. So you can definitely work on that. Put a stress on your mind. That's all from my side. Over to you, Toastmaster Suraj.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Harsh. And now let me pick Toastmaster Harsh for the second topic. Are you ready?
Yeah, yes, I am ready.
Okay. Your evaluator is default Toastmaster man by default. Okay. Toastmaster Harsh, if you had a chance to take a lead role in a movie, what would have been that movie? If you had a chance to take a lead role in a movie, what movie it would have been? Toastmaster Harsh.
If I would if I get the chance to participate in the meeting, like to participate in the movie, so I would love to be act as the side actor, a side actor role, or the friend of the hero's role, because I don't like the lead role. Often individuals love to become the hero, or nowadays, since in our country we promote villains. In every movie, you can see that either in KGF 2, the way Sanjay Dutt acted, and different individuals are playing the role of villains. So most of the individuals love to become the or play the villain part in the real life too. But I would love to be the love to play the side role. For example, if you have seen the movie of Three Idiots, how many of you remember the role of that individual uh, who was called as Chotu, Chote? How many remember? How many of you remember that role? I believe
Yes.
really one or two, because like the moment we see the movie, we always see the hero, who the hero is, and if we doesn't focus on the hero, we focus on the heroine, who is the actress in the movie. How is they are like the way they are acting. So we often remember those moments, but we doesn't remember the individual who has played the great roles. So if you focus on those roles, on those individuals, the way they are acting, so that could become a greater chance. So if I would be provided the opportunity to act in a movie, I would love to become uh, the Chotu or Chote, or pick any role like that. That's all from my side. Toastmaster Suraj, over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Harsh. Now I'll move to Toastmaster Manvi for the valuation of Toastmaster Harsh's topic, so speech.
When Toastmaster Harsh started, I was wondering he might choose Amir Khan from Three Idiots or any other character that is actually famous, especially from the top three. But what he chose was the side character, even though that was the most interesting one, wherein he was there to support, he was there in every segment of all major three characters' life. Toastmaster Hers, that was a very good build up. That was a very good example wherein almost everyone in the audience actually related with. A small suggestion while you were speaking, I observed that not just while speaking, but while thinking what to speak next, you were looking above, either right side or left side. instead of looking at the camera, that made me feel that you are thinking what to speak next. So try to take pause if you are not sure what to speak next. Try to look at the audience and let them wonder what exactly is coming up for the next statement or what exactly is coming up in the next part. Do not let people know that you are thinking what to speak next. Do not let people know that you are nervous because all these gestures disconnect people from what you are speaking. So that was the only thing that I personally observed. Else, the major character, the storyline, and even the unique character that you chose was relatable and was encouraging. Thank you so much for giving that perspective.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mani, for sharing your insights on Toastmaster Harsh's speech. Now I would request Toastmaster Chitija's presence on the stage. Toastmaster Chitija, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Toastmaster Chitija, if you had a chance to visit another planet, what planet would have been? If you had a chance to visit a planet, another planet, what would have that planet been? Toastmaster Chitija.
Thank you, Suraj, and that's a very thoughtful and wonderful question. Uh, what planet? I would choose, if possible, I would, although I love moon, but it's not planet.
You
So,
can speak on that as well.
okay. So moon. So, I will choose moon because I really like moon watching. It's make me feel so calm and composed while watching the moon, specifically when it's when when it's a moonlight. So if I ever had a chance, or if I ever get any kind of power to visit any space, special space, I would choose moon. Whenever I see moon, I feel so peaceful. When I feel like I wanted to spend time with myself, I go on the terrace, and specifically at the night, and I walk while watching the moon, and at that moment, oh, so many thoughts comes in my mind. But there's one more thought, that why I like so much moon, because at night I feel so calm and peaceful. And while all the ideas, mostly ideas of writing anything, or poem, or any creative thoughts, I get while I am alone, or walking alone, or I'm watching towards the sky. That's why I like moon to visit. Moon is something very special to me. It's something very internal, which I cannot explain with words. Over to you, Suraj. What would you choose to go?
Well, I would have chosen some planet like Venus, just to know,
Mm.
or just to understand what does it look like, and just to experience, because what does it look like we already know by just reading in our textbook and all. But again, I could see your connection with the moon, and the way as a child we developed that connection. So that connection was exuding from your speech. Thank you so much for sharing that. Toastmaster Hirsch, I would request you to evaluate her speech.
Okay, first of all, great take, Toastmaster Kshitija. So the way you started the speech and you mentioned that I love moon, but then you only told that moon is not a planet. Whenever you are delivering any speech, you don't need to think that I am making sense or not, because I don't believe that most of the individuals that are present in the meeting like would be aware that is it like moon is a planet or not. If they must be aware, but I am not aware. So you can definitely speak. You don't need to think that am I making sense or not. Apart from that, you mentioned that you love moon. Why you love moon? You also meant like you also speak that moon is very special to me, but I cannot mention in words like why it is important. So you don't need to mention it in words. Try to share your memories. Just an example, like whenever we as an individual see moon, so moon, or you can compare it with the stars too. It is often said the individuals who left us, so they must be residing on like in the stars or in the moon. So whenever like during the night, whenever we see the moon or stars, we often think that like the individuals who are not with us in this planet, they must be seeing us from the star, from the moon, or from any other planet. That's all from my side. Over to you, Toastmaster Suraj.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Harsh, for evaluating her speech. Now I request Toastmaster Dev. You are quite active in chat box. Is it possible for you to deliver a speech while traveling? Okay. Thank you so much. That's the spirit I love. Okay, so you have a topic. So is it possible? Should I give you a topic? Okay, so no. Okay, okay, I can understand that. Thank you so much. So if you speak, there's a phrase, a very beautiful, I think, and just daggers. I think let's just forget about it. Okay, okay, exactly. I wanted to say that, but we do have other speaker, and then we would like or Toastmaster Sank, are you there?
Yes, Suraj, I'm there now. Yes.
Okay. Can you try a topic?
Yes, yeah, of course.
Okay. So, Toastmaster Sank, if you had to choose one out of land, air, water to live your life, what would you have chosen? If you had to choose one out of land, water, and air, what would you have chosen?
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Suraj. I can maybe I can fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I have studied science till standard 10th, but I have studied mathematics till standard 12th. So I'll prefer choosing H2O, or if I may say, water, uh, water before water first, and then I'll prefer choosing air, and then maybe land. I feel water is the whole and soul uh, energy drink that we all require. And whatever we do, even if we are ill, even if we are going through any, like, even it is recommended that we have water at least 4 or 5 liters every day. So water will be that go-to thing. To first and foremost, if I had to choose out between these three uh, things, and then will be uh, air, and then finally water, then finally land. And it is entirely like how I see it when it comes to water. Water is something that, even though right now I can see that I am entirely not feeling well, but even I have been trying to make sure that I have regular intakes of water just to ensure that I am keeping myself hydrated. So even though if you're keeping well or not keeping well, if water is there or if you feel hydrated, that is wherein you can ensure that your toxins are being released and you are getting better and getting like acclimatized to whatever situation you might be in, and other things can follow with time. So water, air, and land will be my way to look at things. Back to you, Toastmaster Suraj.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sank, for such a wonderful take on this topic. Now I would request Toastmaster Chitija to evaluate Toastmaster Sank's speech.
Toastmaster Asank, totally, I can feel the confidence, and while delivering the speech, he also delivers something very meaningful information to us as well. It's very beautiful. What I see is that I think the pitch can be little interesting, like you can share your thoughts in more interesting way. Uh, it would be more better. It feels like calm but boring to me. Sorry. So if it was more in an interesting way, that would be more much better. Overall, it was beautiful and wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Chitija. Now I would like to have on the stage Toastmaster Smurti for a wonderful speech. Toastmaster Smurti, are you there? Okay. If a news about you hit the headline of a newspaper, what would be the title? If if a news about you hit the headline of the newspaper, what would be the title? Toastmaster Smurti.
The world has discovered the most extrovert person living and breathing on this particular planet, and that is Smriti Sagarika Mohanty. Now, that's the headline, which is going to hit hard not only on the newspaper, but on my mind, to my family, and especially to my partner. I am not at all an extrovert individual. I am somebody who choose to say I am a mindful introvert in place. Reason being, I don't like talking. Well, I do love to share my opinion, but I don't like talking. I would rather select to be a couch potato sitting there with my opinions, sulking all through my life, rather being put in a position where I have to say something, I have to debate with you, then I have to argue with you, and I'll make you feel really miserable or happy. So that's one thing if it comes on the newspaper going to hit really hard. But here's the irony. While I'm sharing this, I'm feeling, well, that life is not so much bad enough. Reason being, that will be my excuse if I'm putting my thoughts rudely, if I'm putting my thoughts bluntly. One person will definitely be happy. Again, I'm going back to my partner. He will now have a rationality to at least say that yes, you are an introvert person, but hey, you do have opinion. You like to present it often and also in a public platform. That's an extrovert nature in place. So the problem is not categorizing your personality type. The problem is what you choose when you are given a stage to perform, a platform to share your opinion. So tomorrow, if the headline's gonna hit with something which I am not, I think I'll not get bothered because I'll accept it gracefully even though I don't like it. So that's the challenge of our life. We try to bucket ourselves in some or the other category, and when the opposite happens, we get shattered. So let's take this opportunity to be mindful and think not to bucket ourselves. It's gonna hit the headline, let it be. I'll take it gracefully, I'll accept my truth. Thank you so much. Back to you, Toastmaster Suraj.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Smriti, for the speech. Now I would request Toastmaster Sank to evaluate his speech. Toastmaster Sank, are you there? Toastmaster Manvi, can you evaluate her speech?
Okay, a difficult task because I was listening, but I was just enjoying the speech. But something that I observed was Master Smriti, I personally loved how you brought in your partner again and again, that too while coming close to the camera and whispering as if you are whispering in our ears. You want that specific point to be a secret one. That was something that captivated me, to be honest. This The content was no doubt good, and as soon as you heard the topic, you came with a headline. I was still wondering what will be the headline if that would be mine. So that was a very impromptu and very fast thinking that I observed. Otherwise, the whole content was good. A small recommendation, Smriti. While you were coming close to the camera, your hands, obviously, you were using your hand gestures and that were not in frame. So whenever we try to be close to the camera, try to keep your hands in frame as well. Otherwise, that would be actually, I won't say that would be distracting because your facial expression was so captivating that didn't let us notice that your hands were not in frame. But the only thing that I personally missed was this. Otherwise, the whole speech with confidence and that too with a smile, a little clever smile in between was the most attractive one while you were delivering your speech. Toastmaster Suraj, that was all from my side.
Thank you, Manvi. So, well, Pluto's Masters, we had 2 rounds of table topics speeches, and it was wonderful. Anything else we can add on because Toastmaster Manvi?
I think we did 2 rounds of TT. We can officially close the session if everyone is fine with it. Or if someone wants to take another round of TT, we can search for the same. But I think Christmas is Suraj, we are good to go and we can call it a day. On special demand, on special request, Toastmaster Suraj, are you ready for your table topic?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Smriti, would you like to evaluate Suraj? I can be the timer. Okay. Toastmaster Suraj. Toastmaster Suraj, if you could ban one word for forever, what would it be? If you could ban one word for forever, what would it be? Toastmaster Suraj.
Well, I have a plethora of words in my mind, but the one word which I can choose, which can be banned, that would be that would be sorry. Let's ban this word. Right. We really don't require, right? It's high time we have been using the word sorry because no mistake, there's no scope for committing a mistake, especially like big mistakes that we need to say sorry to anyone, to our family members, to our friends, to our seniors, to our colleagues. Like every time we just have anything like sorry, sorry. So I think if this word can be eliminated and if something can be used in instead of the word sorry, that would be much better. And sorry is like it's like you're showing that you have done really something or because and every time someone close to my heart passes by me or just say or mention this particular word while conversation, I just give him a warning that you really don't require to use this word whenever you are talking to me because it's really not required, right? Because if something can be understood automatically, then there must not be any kind of justification, and that's all. So I think better we should train our mind with better we should train ourselves to be mindful of committing bigger mistakes because again we don't have option to use the word sorry, and when we don't have the option to use the word sorry, then again we don't have any scope for committing any mistake. And again, I agree that being a human being, we cannot be a flawless people, right? Human being. And in that way, there is something that can be used, or better, we can just go for something else. Back to table topics, master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Suraj, for banning the word sorry and making my life a little more difficult because I don't know what to say now to people who I usually say sorry again and again. Thank you so much for doing that. Coming to the evaluation, Toastmaster Smriti, the stage is all yours.
Well, Toastmaster Suraj, the moment you had the answer, I saw two people on my screen who are on camera smiling on spot. It was like a synchrony and a synergy of smile. It was there. It is evidence of you doing justice to the topic and the answer. I have one suggestion, Suraj. Less is more. Whatever answer or the statement you have, try to say it or try to deliver it in lesser words in a simpler sentence. Reason being, so and again are your constant fillers in your particular speech delivery. Even I noticed the same in your previous speech delivery as well. So again, that's not the intention, but subconsciously we end up doing it because our sentences are long and we are trying to bridge the gap between sentences. Smart move. Always you do an activity off late, always try to convey your statement in 5 words or 7 words max. Whatever you want to say in 5 words or 7 words in your daily life. It will take care of your impromptu speaking while attempting table topic. Thank you so much. Toastmaster Manvi, back to you.
So much, Toastmaster Smriti. Toastmaster Suraj, I stole your station. The stage is all yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Manvi. And thank you so much, everyone. Let's have a huge round of applause for each and every speaker for participating in today's both rounds of table topics session. And I would request anyone who wants to share something on any session, you can share. We will take it as a feedback. Anyone who wants to say something? Can I share the screen? Toastmaster Dev, of course you can share the screen. I think we have something surprising.
I'm usually scared of his surprises.
Oh,
We can kill the awkward silence and continue with the meeting, please.
that's huge. That's great, I would say. I wish like you I wish we all can see someday our Toastmaster Smriti in a newspaper with a great content and insightful content and a picture in the same content article, and we all can just to gather in a Zoom meeting and we can just discuss. Yes, there was a topic and then there was a news. So again, that was I have no words. Toastmaster Dev, I have no words. Okay, thank you so much, Toastmaster Dev. I think, well, you may have, like, that's great. So, thank you so much, Toastmaster Dev, for sharing the screen. I think that was the best of the meeting today. And I would hand over the stage back to Sergeant at Arms to end the meeting officially. Shirija, are you there? Okay, officially I end the meeting. Okay, thank you so much. Toastmaster Army.